this too, and that means something's wrong, and likely it means an expensive repair bill. That is, unless you've called CarShield.
Hello, everybody.
When you call
I'm
CarShield
Goddess
before
Taya,
your car breaks down,
4444.
They have plans that cover up to 5,000 parts and systems of your car.
Medium.
Don't wait. Call CarShield today before it's too late.
Call 800-369-9526. What do you drink when you win any?
I just started pulling some cards. We're going to see where this goes, okay?
100 Days to Indy, streaming now on Fox Nation.
Okay, this is from
It is the final half hour here on
my true crime deck.
Yes, it is. I do have a fun video for you.
It don't have to be a crime. If it is a crime, it is. If it ain't, it ain't. But anyway, the cards that I pulled was the debt.
What's the standard length for a tie?
Well, it depends on the
Underneath that is assassination.
I was told that the bottom of the tie should align with the top
Boat.
of your belt buckle.
So like right there.
And
Right
the
there, you
boat
want to get in.
is
Well, when I'm
water.
I don't know if this is funny to anybody else.
when I'm standing.
You should, right? I know.
Party.
You okay with it?
It's because we're sitting. Yeah. It's
And the
a short-
party
Thank you for
caregiver.
exposing
Welcome.
your vulnerabilities with us.
Something
Yeah.
every
We
day.
have celebrity.
Yeah. I like to unbutton the shirts.
Well,
Under
keeping it with the
celebrity legal
barrel.
proceedings.
One button on Friday. Yeah. Hold your hat. Oh wait, you don't have one. Keep hold of that tie.
Okay.
We
Look,
have
everybody in
runaway.
Yellowstone, hang on to your hats because look at this. Look at.
And we have love underneath
So,
runaway.
hats off to the U.S. Geological Survey
Yeah.
for sharing this photo because that's
My
hundreds
readings
of
is
hats that
for
you're looking
more
at.
than one
They were all
person.
lost to the wind, gone with the wind.
Take whatever resonates
that's
and leave the rest for someone else.
So they've been accumulating
that's
them, right?
I
USGS
don't
says
do
the
personals,
proceeds
and I
their
don't
constant
accept
stream
donations.
blown into the delicate hydrothermal
Before I go
areas
any
which
further,
are
welcome
consistently
to
gusty
the
winds.
newcomers.
And if you've got 4
If
million
you're
visitors a year,
returning,
and a good fraction of those are wearing hats,
welcome back.
Cool.
sayonara. So
If you
there.
would
I
like
wanna know what they do with the
to
hats. I'll have to look
join
at
the
it.
community, just click the
I just put them on. Wouldn't that be a good idea?
Yeah.
Should I
share button you're
text
in.
them, tweet them?
That you have an idea.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? That is technically.
I think I said this. If anything resonates, take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. If nothing in this reading resonates with you, you could go to one of my
I'm gonna say hybrid. It is kind of a hybrid. It's not a truck.
other videos.
It does kind of resemble
It may be something in there for you. Okay.
It seems like it could go both ways.
Yeah. What I am seeing here.
Characteristics to it. Matthew was mentioning that. I know that's exactly what you're
Why
talking
have
about.
one thing defined
It
when
could be for
multiple things
more than
can
one
define it?
person. It also could be for just one person.
So you have
Like I
this
said,
it
whatever
actually pivots a
resonates,
little bit. It's
take
within
it
this
and
area,
work
let's
with
say,
it.
off
Go
the
with that.
northeastern coast of
Okay.
North Carolina. But it's Virginia that's been dealing with the heaviest of rain and the flash flooding. Yesterday, we
What
saw
I'm
portions of
seeing
Highway 12.
here
This is in Oak Ridge,
is
North Carolina. So this is the Outer Banks. Highway 12 had to be shut down in spots
A
because of the overwash.
celebrity.
You had higher tide, you had
It
higher
can be
waves,
any
some
kind of
rapids, onshore winds.
celebrity.
And if you look at
YouTube
Highway 12 here,
celebrity.
obviously still closed, but also some of the debris on the road. So I think what DOT is going to have to do is it looks like they probably reassessed this morning and said, okay, let's keep it
There
closed
are
until we
court
can get crews out there
proceedings.
to clean it up. But these crews are still going to be up against some of the wind.
And
The
these
wind not
court
expected to really let up in the Outer
proceedings
Banks until later today and into tomorrow.
is
So you
going
have the wind
to
and you have the rain. Let's go ahead and take it to
put
radar
the
right now, because
celebrity
that low that I thought was on screen a second ago
possibly
when I was circling things, it was not on screen. Let me redo it again.
in
Okay.
debt
I'm gonna
or
estimate the
trying
area
to
that
put
center right
them
around
in
there,
debt.
And you can just follow the winds, right? So we
Okay.
turn on the winds.
Trying
This
to
is
take
really
every
strong
dime that
northeast
they
winds.
have.
That banging up
Now,
against the coast is what's creating the concern for
This
coastal
may be a
flooding
caregiver.
and making the water quite rough, but also some of the rain. We have a flash flood warning. Our Katie Byrne is in Virginia Beach this morning. We checked in
And
with
maybe
her a
they,
moment ago,
I'm
but she's
feeling
in
like
that
they
flash
feel
flood
like
warning.
you
Norfolk,
owe them
Virginia also
something.
included in that. And you can see just offshore. I'll keep the larger view, Steve, just for a
Okay.
moment, 'cause you can
This
kinda see more
caregiver
of the
feel like
glitch
you
that's
owe
happening.
them something.
It's an impressive look. I mean, it's clearly an area of low pressure, and this thing has what appears to be a center and that center
This
still
caregiver
from shore.
And actually, it looks farther away than at least
likes
the
to
estimate I was
party.
looking at,
Yeah.
the wind bars. This looks further off.
Depending on
And what
where that
I'm
radar beam is
getting
pointing
from
at,
here
the
is
center might be a
drugs
bit different. But as
and
you've
alcohol.
noted, those bands, those rain
child.
bands, which
This
you
is
often
your
see associated
child.
with, right, a tropical system.
Yeah.
There's
This is
definitely
your
an argument to be
child.
made that
Your
this thing
child likes
looks a
to
little
party.
tropical, even though it's not been assigned a name, and even though the National Hurricane Center hasn't said anything about it.
Right. I mean, and that's a feisty band. So Katie's right here in Virginia Beach, but this is the band right here. So she may get a rumble of thunder and watching for lightning. There's the concern that maybe you get a little bit of spin within this, so maybe we see a quick spin up tornado. And I think the worst timing for that would be through this morning. Well, we're now heading into lunchtime, so I guess through the rest of the afternoon. And then we're now getting some storm
And
reports.
another thing that I am getting is this could be a wife
but as we know from a population perspective, this
or
part of Virginia is
husband
way more densely
that is
populated. I mean,
taking
the
care
Warren
of
alone
you.
had about 1 million people. So to get these
And they
reports,
feel
it
like
verifies some of the problems that
Yeah.
that folks have been having all morning long.
Decent amount of rain that's already fallen. This is in the past 6 hours, and then more rain to go. So that's why
you
we're concerned
owe
about flooding
them
as we navigate the rest of the day.
something.
The wind, you can hear it. You can see the rain going sideways because of it. Look at the wind
They
right
want
now
to-
out of South
they-
Craney
they-
Island, I believe. 43 mile per hour
Ooh.
gust there. Cape Henry has a gust of near 40 miles
They're
per hour.
either running
And then it gets
away
worse.
with a new
When you go a little
love,
bit further south, Duck Pier has really been the spot this morning. But I think it's
or
down
they
near
want
50,
to-
right? Those gusts.
Yeah, we had them. I mean, even yesterday we had some that were closer to 60
They may-
miles an hour. So it's just been a windy
if they
past few
do,
days.
somebody
And
is
until this low
going
moves
by
ashore
water.
and gets, at least over land, we're going to constantly see this thing, maybe even try
For
to sweep a little bit
others,
more. But once it's over
this
land, things will change, and the winds will
caretaker
ease just a bit. It seems as if the
assassination, to me, they may be trying to poison you.
I think you start to see that low pivot on shore, and so that'll help.
And
it'll help it weaken
you're
a
in
little
a
bit more,
wheelchair.
help tame things, especially near the coast, and then it'll go head back east. So
You
we're
may
also
be
looking at the
getting
coastal flood
sick.
concerns, maybe 1 to 2 feet of inundation is flooding. Is going to be possible within that warning zone here, and that'll take us in through another high tide. And then once we get into tomorrow, again, we should see an easing of that. But expect some beach erosion.
And
some
this
shoreline
wife
erosion,
might
and
be
maybe
trying to,
more road
wife or
closures.
husband trying to take your
That's going to
life.
be the problem. I mean, since
Yeah.
Monday, the rain has been around.
But
so,
I'm
I mean,
also
we're looking
seeing
maybe,
that
I won't
this
say double it, but
this
maybe some of these
person,
areas, especially
this
a little closer
celebrity
to, Norfolk
is
and,
not a
Elizabeth
actual
City,
actual
that's where the heavy rain's
celebrity.
gonna come from because of
They
what we're looking
want
at, depicted
to
on the radar
be
right now,
a
which is the most
celebrity.
throughout the entire mid-Atlantic coastline. But the flood watch has notably been trimmed back, right? We have
It
less.
Yeah, I think Outer Banks, it's going to get better today. Tonight will hopefully be less windy than what we had in the morning. I wanted to show just the
They
timing.
may
I
try
think
to
trying plan, I know Hatteras
assassinate
Schools, Norfolk
someone.
City, that they did have the delay, but then they just went to remote learning.
It's
Yeah,
like
so
they
now
want
let's
to
just grab
be
it, let's
on
just
the
grab the day,
news.
which is gonna,
They
create
want
the
to
schedule,
be
what your kids are going to be
Yeah.
doing for the rest of the
Hopefully
day.
have
a
hours, though.
celebrity.
So
They want to
I'm
make a
doing here
name
traffic
for
right now.
themselves.
Yeah, some traffic signals.
But they're
Which
going
is
about
just
this,
a nuisance of
that
day.
the
But
wrong
this is
way.
until later tonight, so noting the wind and even noting up into Atlantic City, New Jersey, where some of these gusts could be around 40 miles per hour as you try to
They
head
are
into tomorrow
either
morning.
putting you in
it's,
debt
it's
or
going
they
to be,
putting their self in
I
debt.
mean, the winds are going to be easy.
Yeah.
Okay. We're good.
Home.
Move on.
Yeah.
You want to get to the Atlantic? We got a couple of things to.
We do have a couple of things to talk
And
about.
a new tool that's
What
now
about
in our
this
toolbox, and I'm really
home?
excited to show you it. So the Atlantic Basin, obviously, that
What
coastal
about
low
this
is one thing
home?
that we're paying attention to. But there are two areas
They maybe
that
wanna
the main
take
development
your
region right now is
home?
fostering for possible growth and development. One of them, as we've talked about since
Okay,
last week, late
your
last week,
intuition is
what's been
kicking
designated
in.
Invest
Somebody in
92L.
my collective,
We've
your
not gotten
intuition
any
is kicking
designation that
in.
this is a tropical depression or a tropical storm for that matter, but a tropical depression would come first. The pressure
It's
is still
telling you
1,007 millibars.
this
But over the
person
next 48 hours, it's possible
that ran
that
away
we could see. In fact, not just possible, it's very likely. Nearly
may
100%
ran
chance that something forms.
to
So
their
we've got a nice
home
look of
or
this on visual
a
satellite this
home
morning. We've
that
also
you
overlaid
have
or underlaid
or
the winds,
something,
what we can do at
or
the surface. There are
they
some tools that we have that
Maybe.
we can interpolate how the atmosphere is behaving. But we also
Where
have,
they are, something about
actual
home.
vantage points from space.
They
where
ran
we can
home.
take a peek into the actual storm. We talk a lot about this when visible satellite.
That's where they're hiding at. They're hiding
This is a scan
at
from
their
a radar in
at their
space,
home or your
and
home.
we're real privy and fortunate to have access to it, but it essentially measures how
Ouch.
rough the seas are. It's a measure of wind near the sea surface, and what you look for this thing to get a designation is a closed off low. And it might be real hard to see from the vantage point, but you look for essentially
Okay.
you want maybe a blue. You want a wind that's around the entire center, and that being
Excuse
closed
me.
off before this can be designated as a TD. We just don't have that yet.
Yeah.
It
I
doesn't
might
look
have
like
to
those
get a
winds
little
are
comfy.
strong enough or
No.
a defined circulation.
Okay.
It's getting there though.
What else do my collective need
The
to
rain
know?
gusty air has been part of it, so you can kind of see how it's getting pulled into the heart of the system right now. So that's going to make it a little bit more challenging for these storms to continue to grow and really consolidate. There's a
Oh,
low this year as
wow.
well.
Mhm.
But then
Oh,
look
wow.
forward, look down the line,
Yeah.
and it does become a lot more hospitable.
And that's going to be a zone that could
This
very well
person is
have
trying to
something
clean
more
up
days. This is the
something,
other
so
area
they're
not
trying to
designated,
get
and
rid
that's
of some
20% chance
evidence or
just now
something.
emerging off the African coast.
You know what? We got into the peak of the season last week, right?
Mhm.
I know it's a calendar day, but it was odd not to see anything, and now we're starting to see signs of life. But
Yeah.
signs of life doesn't necessarily
I'm
mean
seeing a
like
person
so hoping for that,
going
continuing
to a
monitor. Either
house.
way, we're feeling the impacts in coastal Virginia. Some of the rain here at Sandbridge
They're
Beach,
trying to get
Virginia.
rid of some
We have areas under
papers.
flash flood warning, heavy rain, even some very gusty winds. We'll be
To
watching
them, it's some cleanup
throughout the
time.
afternoon as we have that very slow-moving low just offshore. Weather Command will be back.
Getting in an accident.
Yeah,
is
they're
just-
trying to
Your car's
avoid
totaled and you
going
can't
to
work.
jail,
There's going to be so much to deal with.
You need a lawyer.
You need a lawyer?
or maybe
Have a
they
lawyer.
have imprisoned you.
They can get started on your case right away.
But
Email or text right from their website. YouHaveALawyer.com.
okay,
doesn't cost
when
anything
I'm
to talk to one
feeling
of their
very,
lawyers.
very, 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 very strong,
Or visit youhavealawyer.com. You have a problem, you
someone,
have a lawyer.
a caregiver, they wanted to make a name for themselves. They wanted to have celebrity status.
JD Power has ranked Nissan #1 in new
It
vehicle
didn't
quality
matter
among
what they
mainstream
did.
brands. And to celebrate, you can now get in one of these award-winning SUVs with 0% APR for 60 months. The all-new
This
turbocharged
caregiver
Nissan Murano, the
took
rugged
care
Nissan
of
Pathfinder,
someone.
and the best-selling Nissan Rogue. Visit Nissan today and drive away in an award-winning SUV. Get 0% APR for 60 months in select
And
popular models.
Get to Nissan,
I'm
partner of the
feeling
Washington Commanders.
it could be a celebrity too.
Every note,
You
every
very well
chord,
could
every
be a
instrument
celebrity
creates an
too.
incredible melody of power
All right.
and possibility. And for homeowners, that possibility sounds like savings.
The
By
person
choosing
you
propane
took
for
this
home
person
heating appliances like
to
stoves,
court.
clothes dryers, and water heaters, you save money on energy expenses, all while reducing your family's carbon footprint.
for someone,
Learn more
a
about safe, clean, reliable
caretaker
propane at propane.com/home.
has or
1 minute,
will
it's smooth
try
driving.
to assassinate
The next, a crack.
somebody because this caregiver, this person is in a wheelchair.
Anytime,
And I'm
anywhere,
feeling
and do
like
everything you need to get back on the road.
you may have been,
Safe Flight Repair.
you may have been
Safe Flight Replace.
sick
Go to safelight.com and get it fixed now and pay later.
where you had to be in a wheelchair.
And then all of this, these dancing shoes, that accordion, even this megaphone, all available on the Walmart app.
This person caused you to go into debt. This person put you in debt.
7 and 8. thought you knew?
for somebody, for you, collective. This person ran.
Back here on Weather Command, Fox Weather, your Hurricane HQ. September is
This
always that month
person
where we're constantly scanning, looking for possible
ran
development. Don't want to discount anything that is at least showing itself
to
in the
go
Atlantic Basin. This
home,
coastal low we've been watching, it has our attention. Plus a couple of areas in the main development region.
and they're
We
home.
also need to look what the Gulf can do. Meteorologist Haley Meyer joining us again.
They
When
may
we
have
talk
to
about
travel
fall,
by
we gotta
water
mention all those key players, one of which is the Central American Gyre.
and or your emotional whatever, or things are calming down or what.
Here's the reason why.
Your
So right now we have
intuition
those two
told
areas
you
moving
that this
off of the main
person
development
ran
region. And what's happening is we have the warmer water setting up over the
to
MDR
go
that's
to
been
hide
fueling this over the last couple
at
of months
home
here. But once we get into October, we have a hostile wind environment that starts to take shape
because
as we
they
have
are
frontal boundaries,
facing
large dips in the jet stream moving across the United
jail
States and into
time.
the Atlantic. In addition to this, in October and really late September, the main development region starts to cool off a little bit, but still the
And
Gulf
this
and the Caribbean,
could be
it's
a
shorter
love
body of water.
relationship.
It also can stay very, very
You could be
warm.
married.
Gulf temperatures well above average in certain spots
Your
already.
wife or
So let's talk
husband.
about different ways we can get these homegrown storms. First of which, we have a stalled out front. So what happens is you have a cold front moving all the way down across the U.S. coast, can't move, becomes stalled out, an area of low pressure forms,
Yeah.
and then fuels itself off of the warmer waters.
This has something
Now,
to do
it
with
has to
money.
shed those frontal boundaries in order to become a tropical system. The next way this could happen is a large dip in the jet
So
stream, and it can
I'm
form
feeling
areas
like
of low pressure. It does this by creating divergence aloft, convergence at the surface, and then
whoever
creating those
your
surface lows.
caregiver
One key
was,
example of this was Barry. Barry happened really quick from
they was
formation on July 11th to
paid
then eventually becoming a landfalling hurricane on the 13th. It made landfall
to
over a
try
remote
to
part of
assassinate
Louisiana,
you.
but storm surge was reported to be
They
over
was
6
paid
feet. It eventually set a record though for rainfall
to do
in
a
Arkansas
job.
as a remnant low, and it produced the most rain from a tropical system in Arkansas state history with a little over 16.5 inches. Coming up next, we have the Central American
They
Gyre.
was
About
paid to do a
50%
job.
of these CAGs form at least
Somebody
some kind
was
of tropical
paid to
system
do a
with
job.
roughly one tropical cyclone developing from this overall thing in the atmosphere each and every year. What it is just an area of disturbed weather, a large low pressure. You can get smaller
Let me
chips of low
see.
pressure that pop off of it and can find itself into the Gulf.
What
but
else
also
do I
into the
need to
Eastern
know about
Pacific,
this
too.
situation?
And now some of the more notable storms we've seen being Michael back in 2018, one of the strongest storms to hit the Florida Panhandle, and then Helene back just last year, 2024. The name of the game with the Central American Gyre happens really with rapid intensification. The second it emerges into the Gulf, things are off to the races. You can see a tropical depression go to a Cat 4 in a very short period of time. Now, the next way we can find a storm into the Gulf of America is by a tropical wave. This is something we'll kind of be tracking out, at least with some of the waves we're expecting to see pull off of the coast of Africa. What happens here is a wave emerges and moves across the central Atlantic. What we've seen so far this hurricane season, though, is a weakness in this ridge of high pressure and then a curve to the north. But if you have a very strong high pressure ridge, it keeps these storms further to the south. A stronger storm can then make it through the hostile winds of the eastern Caribbean, eventually then emerging in the Gulf of America, which is again a very favorable environment for storms to feed off of. As far as some of the notable storms that have had that similar track, Ike in 2008, Dorian 2009, Laura 2020, Harvey 2017, Ivan, and then Irma. So a lot of very foreboding systems that can have this overall track. The good news is
somebody is
the fact
wanting
that
revenge.
a lot of these storms that we're tracking right now are expected to take advantage of that weakness and curve north. But, you know, the forecast has still been calling for an above average season over the last couple of months. So we have a very short window to make up
They
for
are
last time.
in
So
debt
hopefully
now.
we don't see these homegrown systems,
And I'm
but we
hearing
do see a sign that we could have a
bankrupt.
Central American
So
gyre starting to
somebody,
form in the latter month of September.
It is a valid point, though. Those that make it through the Caribbean
No.
that have a really good, strong skeleton.
This
often
right here,
become some memorable, even retired storms, as a few that you just highlighted there. All right, Haley Meyer, thank you.
they
Right, and when you look at
paid
this hurricane season in the
somebody.
Atlantic, it is safe to say we've been lucky so far this season. Right?
They
But
paid
the thing
somebody,
with luck,
whoever
you
it was,
expect it
paid
to run out.
somebody
Last week we hit the statistical peak of hurricane season with no name storm, and then you
for
fast forward to
something.
today, We've now got an index.
Maybe spell work, I don't know.
African coast.
Mark Barasa
Or
joins
to
us now. He's the
assassinate
Associate Director of
somebody.
Florida State University Center for Ocean
They put
Atmosphere
themselves
Prediction
in
Studies.
debt
Mark, good morning to you.
for
Let's just start
that,
with the current state of the
for
Atlantic.
this
And Marissa mentioned two
assassination
areas that we're
to
watching.
take place.
Both may be showing
Because
some promising
they wanted
signs.
revenge.
Just your general thoughts. Do you think our next named storm comes out of one of those two?
I think
Damn.
it's very likely that we'll get one
Man,
from them.
I'm
It may not
telling
be in the
you.
next 7 days.
God.
Yes.
Yeah, I think when you talk about peak season, which we're about a
Homicide.
week removed from that, you would expect to have at least one named storm. And to quote our hurricane specialist, Brian Norcross, because he sends out these notes, and this morning he wrote, it's extremely unusual to have no named tropical system in the first half of September.
Something
and
wasn't
later,
carried out.
began in August. So when you talk about where we are, looking at the current
I don't
situation,
think,
and then also
because see, the
preseason
person
forecasts,
ran.
from notable entities, CSU
This
being one of
person
them, and
ran.
also from NOAA, for an active season, above average season.
If they
Do we
know
need
they're
to
getting
readjust
ready to go
in
to
what
court.
we expect, do you think?
I think we do. It's been about 70% of the
Okay,
activity
see,
right now,
this
with
person
about
that ran,
120% forecast.
oh,
And,
they was
odds
in
are
their
we're not gonna get to
ego.
that,
They were really in their
120%,
ego.
but you can't
They
tell.
was
We're not
meeting
that
up
much below the
with
forecast right now.
a group
Especially when
of
you consider what our
people.
first named hurricane, our first hurricane, I should say, not our first named storm, but our first hurricane achieving that
To
Category
get
5 status, right, Mark? We're looking at
this
Invest
done.
92L, which could very well be our next named storm. I'm wondering your thoughts. Would you align yourself with what Brian Norcross has been saying, that late August, early September has been quite weird?
Yeah, yes, there's a whole bunch of things going on that suppress the storms right
So,
now, and
it might be a few y'all that did
so I
that.
expect things to be more active.
Y'all done
We're
signed
looking at Ace, right, that accumulates
contracts
cyclone
and shit.
energy. And then just in regards from your perspective, Aaron did eat up quite a bit of
Oh.
energy we expect to use this time of the year.
Signed papers
But trying to think of a
in
season where maybe we
legal
don't fulfill
proceedings,
that, what we're used to seeing. To see
meeting up.
to see a season where we don't really generate anything stronger than what we had with Aaron.
Meeting up
That happens.
for the
If you have
legal
a really
proceedings,
active
so
season
maybe
one
you're
year,
getting a
you might
divorce.
have a less active one the next.
Maybe.
Sometimes you get several active ones in a row.
Then again, it could be an
Over a long
inheritance.
enough time period, it tends to average out. We've got a bunch of active seasons, so maybe this is the lower part that helps that average come into place.
And when it comes to climate factors, Mark, we always mentioned INSO. We always talk
Someone's
about El Nino,
healing
La
or
Nina. I think
need
when
to
we look back
heal
at those seasonal outlooks
that is
were
going through this
made,
shit right
was
here.
maybe that slight adjustment to something that we can consider when we do maybe a post-analysis of how this season ultimately performed? That's a key factor here when we're going and looking at those
When you
seasonal
were in a wheelchair,
It is a big factor.
now
but
you
this,
gotta heal.
The forecast assumed a neutral INSO condition, which seems to have
You
not
had
be
to
that
have a
far off.
caretaker.
So it's the other factors like the hot air over Africa not rising as expected. So we have dry air that makes it hard for the storms to grow. The wind patterns haven't panned out as expected. We have the big low pressure systems off the coast that are mid-latitude systems instead of tropical ones that help suppress things. So it's all these factors that were expected not to happen have happened, and suppressing the number of storms.
It's kind of what we saw last year, briefly.
Yeah.
You know, until things
Changed. Yeah, and you're coming out of Tallahassee. Florida had 3 landfalling hurricanes last year, so I think this season's more been about we've gotten the moisture from tropical systems, but we haven't quite gotten the tropical systems unless maybe you're in the Eastern Pacific. It's been so busy in the Eastern Pacific, so to see the 2 basins with 2 very different stories has been made this season overall. I don't know. Interesting. Keep using that word.
That's typical.
Yeah.
Okay, there has been some lies being told in these legal proceedings.
Prediction studies. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
So we'll see how how the rest of the season plays
There
out
is
in
a
the
light
Atlantic.
at
I
the end of the
mentioned the Eastern
tunnel.
Pacific because if nothing else, we've talked a whole lot about the Eastern Pacific this season, and with Mario
You
still a
may
tropical
feel
storm, but it is weakening.
alienated.
Noticing if we take a look at the graphics, it is expected to become post-tropical as we head further into the day. So we're not looking at much over the next 24 to 48 hours, what's left of Mario. We do have, on the heels of it, Invest 96E. That's expected to become a tropical depression more than likely before the end of the week, and more than likely the next named storm. But that's a look at the 11 AM advisory. Still a tropical storm, though. Look at that convection. I mean, it is really weakened up and really not much to look at anymore. We will pay attention to where that moisture goes from Mario as that gets pulled into complements
Your
of
karmic
low to the north.
feels
Pulls into
alienated.
California and into the desert southwest. And then we watch Invest 96E, expected to stay parallel to the Mexican coastline. So that's the Pacific,
Trap.
Stephen. And yeah, it's continuing to do what it's been doing.
And seen.
And see.
Oh
To the
boy.
Atlantic, a coastal storm affecting North Carolina, the mid-Atlantic. We have wind, rain all morning. Some of the debris that we're seeing, it's along State Route Highway 12. We're going to be timing out those impacts and potential tracks when Weather Command comes right back.
But in court, they may come clean and tell the truth. For some of you, they are going to come clean
I chose
and
nursing
tell the truth about the
because the
situation.
field is very broad, very flexible. You can do anything with nursing. You don't just have to work at the bedside. I'm also a people
They're having
person,
empathy
so I
now.
love the interaction with people.
Yeah.
And I also love medicine.
And so their
being able to
conscience
care for
is
patients
getting at them.
Their most vulnerable moments of their life. Like, it was inspiring to me, and I knew that this is something I could see myself doing in the future.
Okay.
Do a little tailgate? Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I like to go all out. Check it. We got the big screen, live DJ, even got a hot tub guy. I'm in the hot tub!
Oh, yeah. That's cool. I've got Royal Farms. You guys want some?
Hey, guys, come on, don't leave. Hey, hot tub guy, come on, man.
Yeah, they're gonna come out with the truth with these secrets they've been hiding. In court. I'm gonna leave it right there. I'll get back to you, or I'll come back with another reading soon. Bye.